So we bought this new car. We've had it now for about 6 months, and uh, I wanted to talk about some of the things that I'm noticing now that I've been in the car every day, and review some of these things that are just things that you should consider when you're buying a car. Uh, so first of all, we bought specifically a VW. This is a Nivus, but we bought a Volkswagen because the uh, we've heard the German engineering is some of the finest, and it's a really good quality car, and um, that may be true from like a mechanical standpoint. I'm not a mechanic, and I'm not like a mechanical engineer, so I can't speak to those parts of it, but that could very well be true. I wanted to talk more about the daily experience that you have when you're driving this car, which for me uh, is very frustrating and kind of makes me wish that I had potentially bought a different car, just because the way that you interface with this car is so frustrating, uh, as someone who's in the driver's seat and needing to operate the vehicle. So let me just go over a couple of these things first. So right now the car is off, and so let's turn the car on. And I want to talk about this panel, like this interface here. So first of all, the only physical button here is this the hazard light button, which I like that it's a button. Okay, I my general take is that buttons and knobs and things are fantastic for the driver. And so they've put a lot of buttons over here, which is nice. You can like control the volume over here, and you can have all your settings. You can even do the shifting if that's a thing that you like to do. You can do the shifting from the steering wheel. You don't have to go down here if you have it on the manual shifting mode. So I like that part. I'm going to talk about some of these buttons in a minute, but first, so I like that there's physical buttons over here. I just wish that they put them here as well. Like if you're operating this thing here and you want to, so right now the car is running. Before it was on, but it wasn't running. So if I turn the car off, or I turn the engine off, but the car is still on, I lose. Like, this is not doing anything. This thing turns off when you turn the engine off, which is kind of silly to me. So then you have to use this thing over here. So if I want to adjust the volume, like, I need to come over here and like finally drag it to the right. And you just have to be accurate with the touchpad, which I just don't like that. As a driver, I want knobs. I want switches or physical buttons. I don't want to sit here and mess around with a touch screen. That's just, it seems silly to me. So let's turn the thing on again. So the car's running now. Another thing I want to talk about is, okay, so now use this thing over here because it's safer. You don't want to mess with this touch screen. So okay, now I'm going to use this button over here. But okay, look at this. We were on 8. I'm going to turn it up 2. I'm going to push the button twice. 11. Why did it go up 3? That doesn't make any sense at all. Now let me just turn this off. It's so frustrating. Now I'm using this thing, and it's not like maybe it's a silly thing for me to complain about, like I pushed it twice and it went up 3, but this is just not a... I want a knob. I want a push button way to turn the thing off. Oh, also, there's no like off button over here. If you want to like just turn the music off, you have to come over to this thing. So you have to like look down at the panel. There's not just like a button that you can feel and push on. I hate that. I hate it. So let's turn this thing off now. Let's talk about this thing down here. This is the controls for the vent system, the air and whatnot. So right now it's off. One of the things that I really don't like about this system is that to get it in the off position, again, there's no off button. There's nothing on here. At least there's a touch button, like I can push the thing and then it goes into mute and it's fine. But on here, so let's say I'm going to turn it on to auto, which is, it lets you like set the temperature, which is nice. I like that part of it. But now if I want to get this thing to turn off, let's say I've got it set down to 18 degrees Celsius. So if I want to turn the thing off, I literally have to sit here and click the thing multiple times to get it. Like there's no holding the thing and it just like turns off. And different from this, I'm pushing this 2 times and the thing registers like 3 pushes. This thing is like, I can push this thing multiple times and it's still not turning off. They try to like say, oh, there's this slider. So there, I used the slider and it didn't register. So the idea is like you can just control it with the slider, but still I'm pushing the thing multiple times and it's not turning off. So it just, the physical button is like not wired up correctly or something, because it's registering multiple pushes. And then like now this touch screen crap is not registering my touches. That is so frustrating. The other thing that I really don't like about this, I'm sitting here pushing this thing multiple times. You guys, I don't know if you can see me pushing this thing. I'm when you're driving, you don't want to be like having to be accurate with and like looking down at the road. I want to be looking here and I want to feel for where the button is. And maybe their argument is, oh, we've got this little groove here. Bullshit. Like I hate this little touch screen thing, whatever this is. I don't like it. And I like, it's frustrating. I just want a knob. I want a knob. I want a button that I can push to turn the thing off. I don't want to sit here and push the thing multiple times. And so anyways, the other thing that I don't like about this is that to change the setting, you need to click on this thing, and then if you pass it, there's like you have to like sit there and go through it again. And it's the same thing up here. So I can push this, put it on the menu so it's up here. And this is a little bit nicer because I can see the thing. And again, I okay, so I click off. Okay, now it's moving by itself. Why is it doing this? What's happening? So I click off and it doesn't turn it off. Man, this car is just so frustrating. I can't tell you how did this pass some sort of like user acceptance trial. This is a horrible experience for the driver who needs to like operate the vehicle and like, oh, I need to turn on the defroster or something like that. So I can click on this thing here and I can push that button, but that just blasts, like there's no auto hot or anything like that. Now I'm just getting cold air blowing on the window, so I gotta look down here and I gotta, oh, what is my temperature set to? Like, and how hot do I need to make it in order for the, maybe I should just slide it all the way to high. How long did it take me to like turn this thing, and then I want to turn it off. I forgot how to turn it. I gotta click on this. I absolutely hate this whole panel. Everything about it, I just don't like it. I don't like the experience of using it. And even some of the things over here are really frustrating to use. Like this thing here, you would think like this is controlling the intermittentness of this int level here. So right now it's off, and if I want it to be on intermittently, this thing here doesn't actually control like the intermittentness of the thing, especially when it's raining. This thing has like some rain sensor or something. So if I have it turned on all the way right now, and if I turn it all the way down, it doesn't like prevent the thing or slow the thing down from wiping, because whatever rain sensor they have on this thing, I'm going to turn it off because I hate the sound of the thing when it scrapes the window. I want to be able to control the thing so that it's like not scraping on the window when it doesn't need to activate. And so to do the back one, they've got these pictures here where like forward, where is like too close to you, is so there's back, I guess. It turns on the thing, which this is the way it works on all cars, so that's like, I'm used to that. That's nice. The back one, you push it forward, which is probably also pretty standard, but I always leave that thing off because whatever intermittentness they have on here, I don't know if they like don't have a rain sensor on the back or what, but that thing is so loud when it scrapes on the window and there's like not enough water on it. It's like do 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 do, and it's just aggravating to hear the thing sitting there scraping over and over again, and there's no way to like dial it back or turn it down or whatever. And maybe this one controls the back one, which is not very like, maybe I should try that. I bet that's what it is. Like this controls the back one, and then there is no control. I'm sitting here futzing around with the thing, trying to get the front one to stop scraping, and I'm like sitting here controlling the back one, and it's off because I can't stand the back one scraping. So the other thing is and these are all the physical buttons now, like so I'm gonna have the lights on right now. This here is not brightness. This number system here, this is not the brightness of the lights. This is actually the angle of the front light. So right now I have it on 1 or none, which is interestingly that's the highest. So if I go up in number, it pulls the lights down. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but it's doing it. It's not angled even at the highest setting. It's not angled when I'm driving to go out far enough. It's like, and this is a thing that I guess I need to talk to the mechanic about. This is not like I do feel like, shouldn't the higher number be like the higher setting? It's a little weird that I put it at this, and this is like the 0 means it's the highest. I don't know, that's not intuitive, but my takeaway is that there are things about this car that make it so aggravating to drive, like as your daily experience. Like the German engineering part of it it might be like the car is going to last longer and it's easier to work on and stuff like that, which I guess part of me would appreciate if I was a mechanic, or if I take it into the mechanic. Maybe it's cheaper to find parts and just nicer for the mechanic to work on, and so they charge less or something like that. I'm not sure, but um, the daily experience of working with this car and and driving it is that you interface with the car using these touch slider things and dial and pad, and it's so frustrating. And then even the physical buttons are just don't work in the way that you would expect them to work. And this just could be me not understanding the the German layout or the German configuration, or just, like skill issues on my side. But in my experience, it is so frustrating that I almost wish that I bought a different car. Having the I would just say, if you're gonna buy a car, just any car, take into effect, like, spend time at the dealership with the layout, and just like, does it work in the way that you want it to? Do you want a touchpad system, or do you want buttons and knobs? And if you have a preference, don't get a car that doesn't line up with your preference, because it will be so frustrating for you. And that's my takeaway. That's my review of the car so far.